On the news tonight, FCT commuters groan as petrol prices soar. And NDLEA records major drug seizure and arrest in the Federal Capital Territory. And welcome to the news at 7 p.m. on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the news station. I'm Hakimat Ali Ibrahim. We begin with confirmation of appointment as the Senate has confirmed the appointment of Mr. Taiwo as a minister of the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria after being screened at the committee of the whole. During the screening, Oyedele answered questions with regards to growing the economy away from the current state of concentration of making it stable. He said beyond increasing revenue, funding must be prioritized to achieve the desired impact in productivity and growth. Being strategic in all situations, he says,
it's very high now.
So how much are you charging now?
We are not charging anything.
Mr. Oyedele, before this appointment, was the chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms.
It's very, very high now.
So how much are you charging now?
We are not charging anything. Presidents are not even paying. People are not even paying. When you charge them, they are lamenting.
And how much are you paying?
300. If you ask them to pay 400, they refuse. They are crying. Nigeria, everything is hard. So you can't blame anybody. We are just trying to see how we can squeeze ourselves to make sure that everybody is moving.
From Marabazis to Use, usually if you are using coaster, it's around 700. But now today, as I just entered the vehicle, the driver said it's 1,000. That's 3,500 naira a day. And by the time you multiply it in a month, you know how much you spend, then how much are you earning? So end of the day, you are working for nothing.
I went to the filling station to buy fuel. I discovered that from 1,130 naira is now 1,300 naira. So how can we survive?
The recent hike in the price of premium motor spirits, PMS, is taking a toll on transportation across Nigeria, leaving many gas stations visited on low turnout of patronage. The escalating conflict involving the United States, Israel and Iran has already created ripple effects across the global economy with significant implication for Nigeria, particularly in energy prices, inflation and fiscal stability, as the conflict has disrupted supply.
We all know it's because of the current market instability in the global landscape, and we hope things will get better. And we hope we can encourage more dependency on our own products and less of, so that the international influences would be reduced for us.
To fill our tank, but now we cannot be able to fill the tank just because of the increment.
Airlines have also responded by rising ticket prices, leading to reduced passenger traffic and making air travel increasingly unaffordable for many Nigerians. According to transport data, average domestic airfares have risen significantly, reflecting the broader inflationary pressure in the transport sector.
The hike in aviation fuel has really affected business in the sense that we don't really get these working customers like before. Although of recent now, the prices are relatively fair. But the main issue comes with festive periods. That's when the prices go back, it hikes, it goes high. Like for the Christmas period, now one way to Enugu there, it was like 300, 400, as against 95, or what is it now? So I'm envisioning like Salah period now, the price isn't going to go back up. Even Easter that is coming, so the price has already started going up. So it's really, really affecting business in terms that people now don't really go to like agencies again. Instead of going to agencies, some tries to book by themselves.
The continuous increase in PMS prices has created a cycle of rising transport fares, reduced vehicle availability on the roads, and widespread commuter hardship. For many, unless sustainable solutions such as improved transport system and price stabilization, prompt sale of crude in Naira to refiners in the country. Otherwise, the plight of commuters and motorists may persist. In Abuja, Serafina Okon Omekwe, NTA News.
That was Serafina's report on the hike in price of premium metal spirits in Nigeria. Moving on, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has erected the Presidential Initiative on Compressed Natural Gas (PICNG) with an immediate mandate to deploy about 100,000 conversion kits to increase people's access to CNG across the country. The president received in audience the chairman of the PICNG, Ismail Ahmed, in the State House. The president sought to know progress updates about the initiative, as well as what the agency is doing to mitigate possible impact of the war in the Middle East and the rising cost of petroleum products. The administration believes CNG remains a veritable alternative to ease mobility for Nigerians.
President had given a direct mandate that we should immediately deploy about 100,000 kits, that we are working with so many other stakeholders that would incentivize and get it into the market immediately and be able to convert a lot of vehicles and tricycles for people to be able to access gas. And then he also gave a directive that we must be able to fast track the infrastructure in bringing gas and CNG and electric mobility charging infrastructures to every part of the country, especially within the northern corridor, so that a lot of people will be able to access this.
I just read Senate. Okay, no, Senate. Moving on, Senate has confirmed the appointment of Mr. Taiwo Oyedele as a minister of the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria after being screened at the Committee of the Whole. During the screening, Oyedele answered questions with regards to growing the economy away from the current state of concentration of making it stable. He said beyond increasing revenue, funding must be prioritized to achieve the desired impact in productivity and growth, being strategic and in all situations. He says is key to avoid economic pitfalls due to internal and global pressures. Mr. Oyedele, before this appointment, was the chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, which midwifed the four tax reforms laws. Now, the Nigeria's fight against illicit drugs is gaining ground as the NDLEA intensifies operations in Abuja. In the first quarter of 2026, the FCT Strategic Command intercepted several tons of illegal drugs and secured dozens of convictions. Correspondent Patricia Esamiluba adds that the agency is also boosting surveillance and community engagement to combat drug trafficking and abuse in the capital.
The menace of illicit drugs remains a major concern for security authorities in the Federal Capital Territory. Determined to stem the tide, the FCT Strategic Command of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency says it has intensified enforcement and prevention strategies across Abuja. At a briefing, the FCT Strategic Commander, Assistant Commander General Narcotics, Julius Zah, says between January and the 10th of March 2026, operatives seized more than 6 tons of illicit drugs with an estimated street value of about 1.2 billion naira. The seized exhibits include large quantities of cannabis sativa, cocaine, tramadol, ecstasy and other controlled substances recovered from different operations across the territory.
You agree with me that the issue of illicit drugs menace in the Federal Capital Territory is a source of worry to every right-thinking individual, and we in the NDLA are leaving no stone unturned to reverse the ugly trend. This seizure is made up of cannabis sativa, which is 6 tons plus, cocaine, 0.129 kilograms, methamphetamine 1.587 kilograms, 1.167 kilograms, pentazocine injection 180 ampoule, and codeine syrup 3.0 liters. The estimated street value is about 1.2 billion naira.
Beyond seizures, the command says it has also recorded progress in prosecution. A total of 56 suspects were charged to court within the period under review, while 38 convictions were secured at the Federal High Court. In addition, 6 male drug-dependent persons underwent counseling and rehabilitation, as the agency continues to emphasize treatment and prevention alongside enforcement. Speaking further on the situation, the commander assured residents that the NDLEA will sustain aggressive actions against traffickers and drug peddlers on its ongoing operations.
Our strategy in NDLEA is based on the following: supply reduction, which terminates as prosecution of offenders; demand reduction, which encompasses counseling and rehabilitation of users; and then advocacy. We can only imagine what havoc the seized drugs would have caused the FCT family if they had passed through to the public. I call on all citizens of the SFT to support the efforts of the command to reduce the scourge of drug trafficking and abuse in the FCT.
The command also acknowledged the support of the NDLE national leadership, the FCT administration, and other security agencies for their collaboration in combating drug trafficking, adding that the continued partnership between security agencies and the residents will be crucial in safeguarding the nation's capital from the dangers of illicit drugs. In Abuja, Patricia Esamiluba, NTA News.
Now let's talk health, as healthcare delivery in the Federal Capital Territory has received a boost as the Nigerian Ministers' Wives Forum renovated key facilities at the Zuba General Hospital. The project, which includes a theatre, doctor's call room, and sanitary facility, has been officially handed over to the FCT Health Secretariat in Abuja. Let's have the report.
The project includes a modern theatre, doctors' call rooms, and upgraded sanitary facilities renovated by the Nigeria Ministers' Wives Forum. The forum says the intervention is part of ongoing efforts to improve health services across the territory, in line with initiatives championed by Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu.
Yes, we are hoping to continue, inshallah, to try to touch lives, and hospital is one of our focal points, and is one of the Renewal Hope agenda and Renewal Hope initiative for healthcare. So we continue to do this. So starting from Zuba, hopefully we're able to do other FCT areas.
As a group of ministers' wives, we find it necessary to always support government programs, our husbands, and to ensure that women and children are always at the top of our priority list.
Contributed, and what we have done will be beneficial to the beneficiaries and will be beneficial to humanity as well.
Mandate Secretary, FCT Health and Environmental Secretariat, Dr. Adedolakpo Fashawe, commended the forum for its commitment to improving social welfare and supporting healthcare infrastructure.
The Nigerian Ministers' Wife Forum came together to visit this hospital with me a couple of days ago in order to see how many beds there are. They were planning to give foodstuff and just visit the patients in the spirit of the season, Lent and Ramadan. And in that process, we started noticing little creaks and cracks around. And as women, we're very finicky. And to the glory of God, they not only repaired those creaks and cracks, they renovated some rooms, they renovated the theatre, they gave us bed sheets. They did so much.
As part of the outreach, the group also distributed food items to more than 300 women and donated hospital equipment, bed sheets and blankets to the facility.
All what I have to say is that we are very grateful. Thank you very much, Ma. May Allah reward you.
Then do more efforts for women. Even in this hospital, we are thanking them because like in Zuba.
The Emir of Zuba, while expressing appreciation for the intervention, appealed for further expansion of the hospital and the recruitment of more health workers to meet the growing health.
Away from health to security, residents of Kuje in the Federal Capital Territory have in the last 18 months heaved sigh of relief from the menace of banditry and kidnapping, which used to bedevil it for long. However, they are expressing worry that the tide in recent time is swinging with recurrent security challenges. How is the police and sister security agency responding to these developments, and what are the people's reaction? Onotu Yakubu tells us more.
Kidnapping and banditry has very much disappeared from discourse amongst residents of the area. But Kuje, an agrarian boundary council to the banditry-affected Nasarawa, is host to the territory's medium correctional center. This sometimes gives residents cause for concern, but they, however, expressed confidence in the proactiveness of the police in recent time.
In the hinterland, you find out that you cannot go to Peggy when it is evening time. Along the road, they will just abduct you. But today, people are going, even in the night, nothing is happening. So relatively now, the security situation in Kuje Council is very, very good.
Before, you cannot even sleep. You cannot even close eye. Cultists, drugs, abuse. So many people, they will take drugs, misbehaving. They could not even allow people to sleep. People cannot rest. Public disturbance, so on and so forth. But now, since this DPO enter, it stopped.
It has totally reduced. That is why I told you that Fuje is a peaceful place now compared to 4, 5 years or 2 years ago, or 1 year, even 1 year back. So right now, Kuje is a very peaceful place. The drug abuse, the court members, the kidnappers rate, all is coming down gradually.
Kuje is fast evolving in road infrastructure rehabilitation. Residents say this blessing also comes with a different dimension to the security challenges in the agrarian communities. The worry for some residents now is the new violent trend of land grabbing amongst developers since the commencement of the expansion and reconstruction of access roads across Kuje.
But we have seen a lot of cases where developer will take over lands, then the original owners will now come and complain. They will say until when you have paper, if you don't have paper, they will pay you compensation of your all these economic trees that are there. But I have seen most of the cases are coming to the police station, and the DPO, this present DPO, has been doing very well. He's trying to manage the things.
When maybe we see something wrong, sometimes we call them or we give information, because you cannot say it openly. You will give information on the ground that this is what is going on, and immediately you call them, they will answer you and they will come.
Commercial motorcycle operation is still very much banned by the FCT administration, but the evidence speaks otherwise in Kuje. These challenges, the people say, they expect authorities to take more proactive policing measures through special operations to ensure sanity in traffic across the area. Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
Still on security issues of land grabbing and its attendant security implications to Kuje Area Council of Abuja, among other concerns, formed the part of the discussion on the NTA Channel 5 Abuja weekly security program called The Police. Odivi Ogboru Arutere reports that the divisional police officer in charge of Kuje, CSP David Samuel, was live on the program to respond to callers.
6th edition of Call the Police focused on pressing security challenges affecting the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. The regular security program highlighted the growing trend of land grabbing and the dimension it is taking in affecting security within developers engaging services of non-state actors to illegal possessing weapons while engaging locals. The development has become a worrisome concern to residents and security personnel in Kuje Area Council.
We give them our numbers. There's patrol team going up and down. The surveillance men too. The other security agency, when I came in on board, we did meeting with them, and all of them, they are with us. We work together. The synergy is there. The market women, the Okada rider, we get information from them. And anybody who arrests with any incriminating object, we charge them to court or we transfer them to our headquarters.
The divisional police officer, CSP David Samuel Ojosheneme, responding to several questions during the program, assured residents of Kuje of maximum security by the police and advised criminal elements to desist from the acts capable of ruining their lives.
The main place where they do snatching of phones and everything there is Tipper Garage.
Okay.
And during office hour or rushing hour, you see our police stationed there. For the past 1 month, we have not had anything. You can go there again and ask people. We have not had anything from anybody that they snatch his phone or any other place.
Callers on the program lamented the influx of tricycles, popularly known as keke, into the city center, thereby constituting threat to traffic security management in the city. Odiri Ogboru Arutere, NTA News.
Away from security to other news, the Of1 Essential Global Foundation says it is looking to ensure that every public school child has equal opportunity and access to basic information and communication technology (ICT) tools, and also have the basic ICT skills that will aid them to live and compete in 21st century world. To achieve this, the foundation is seeking visibility and partnership with NTA Channel 5 Abuja as it paid a courtesy visit to the management of the station. Onotu Yakubu brings us the insights.
By specifications of the West African Examination Council, WAEC, every school is required to have a standard computer library. Research indicates that this basic need lacks in most public schools in the FCT, thereby depriving them qualifications. With special intervention, the Of1 Essential Global Foundation, in the last couple of years, through partnerships, initiated WAEC standards of such lab projects across public schools in Ushafa, Orozo, and Gwarimpa, with another underway in Mabushi pending approval.
You have barely 79 senior secondary school in the FCT, and for 1 year now we've done 4. And so with the required encouragement, required resources, I think at the end of this year we should be able to do barely maybe 10 or more.
This meeting is initiated to enhance visibility and strengthen partnership opportunities for the foundation.
We believe that in the end of it we should be able to come out with something tangible that would be able to support our pursuit in these projects that we're doing, and also be able to showcase the normal things that NTA Channel 5 is also doing in the area of education.
The General Manager, NTA Channel 5 Abuja, Kemi Fakeye, emphatically pledged the station's support base for the Foundation's vision to foster stronger communication channels for our project and deepen mutually beneficial platforms for service.
I want to say that it is a laudable initiative and it is a step in the right direction.
Thank you very much.
And on our part, whatever that is meaningful, whatever that is laudable, whatever that will give humanity a purpose is our desire, and it is what we stand for in NTA generally.
The station's management reaffirmed its commitment to enhancing the nation's capital's trust and prioritize advancement of its education sector for a sustainable future. Onoto Yakobo, NTA News.
And up next is Sports Brief. Let's join our sports text for that.
Nigeria will have a solo representative on the global stage this week. Shot putter Chukwuebuka Enekwechi is set to compete as the country's sole entrant at the World Athletics Indoor Championships in Poland, which run from March 20th to 22nd. This marks the second consecutive edition where Enekwechi will carry the nation's hopes alone. According to the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, several other athletes who hit the qualifying marks declined to attend, citing commitments in the US. And on a much more somber note, the Nigerian sports community is in mourning this week. Veteran football coach and administrator Chief Adegboye Onigbinde has passed away at the age of 88. A true pioneer of the game, Onigbinde holds a special place in history as the first indigenous coach to lead the Super Eagles to the Africa Cup of Nations final in 1984 and later to the FIFA World Cup in 2002. The news has triggered an outpouring of emotion from the highest levels of government to the football fields he helped shape. President Bola Tinubu led the tributes honoring Onigbinde's discipline and deep passion for the sports. The Nigerian Football Federation described his passing as the exit of a great man, reflecting the deep respect and gratitude for a man whose legacy as a technical instructor will continue to influence Nigerian football for generations to come. With Sports Brief, Wayne Dogo, NTA News.
And that's it on the news tonight. Thank you for watching and have a very good evening.
Download OneXBet app and enjoy the variety of sports anytime, anywhere. OneXBet app, at the heart of the game.